So guys, we've got a story coming in, and a super cartel that controlled a third of Europe's cocaine trade has been busted by police officers, with nearly 50 arrests in various countries including France and Dubai. The huge international operation seized nearly 30 tons of cocaine, as well as the gang's supercars, luxury villas and piles of cash. Spanish police said the leader of the organisation is a British national who fled his former base on the Costa del Sol for Dubai. After an attempted kidnap, he was later arrested in Dubai. The international effort also involved arrests in Belgium, Spain, France and the Netherlands. Europol said the drugs pins considered as high-value targets by Europol had come together to form what is known as a super cartel, which controlled around one-third of the cocaine trade in Europe. The scale of cocaine importation into Europe under the suspect's control and command was massive, and over 30 tons of drugs were seized by law enforcement over the course of the investigations. Europol said Dubai had arrested 2 high-value suspects who are linked to the Netherlands and 2 linked to Spain and 2 more connected to France. So guys, just a couple of weeks ago I released a video with regards to Dubai and how Kingpins are not safe there anymore. If you haven't watched it, I'll put it in the link in the description below. Go check that video out once you watch this, because it's an interesting watch. Europol said one of the Dutch suspects is an extremely big fish. 10 people arrested in Belgium, 6 in France and 13 in Spain. Another 14 people were arrested back in 2021 in the Netherlands as part of the same operation. The Spanish police said more than €500,000 was confiscated during a raid on a series of luxury villas in Spain, along with 3 weapons, high-end cars and luxury watches. The civil guard in Spain said some of the vehicles were worth around £250,000. There was footage which was released by the civil guard today, and it showed heavily armed officers forcing their way into mansions where they made some of the arrests and taking away the suspects in handcuffs. In Spain, the civil guard said their operation, dubbed Operation Focus, had begun with the seizure of 700 kilos in the port of Valencia in March 2020. A spokesperson for the Spanish force said during the investigation, officers discovered a criminal organisation which was smuggling containers with cocaine inside through the ports of Barcelona, Valencia and Algeciras. They also established that a complex real estate business had been organised on the Costa del Sol to launder the proceeds of the profits obtained from the drug smuggling. They said the leader of this organisation was identified as a British man linked to the Costa del Sol who had to leave Spain and move to Dubai after he was the subject of a kidnap attempt. From Dubai, he continued to direct and coordinate the organisation's criminal activities, while at the same time maintaining drug trafficking contacts and business interests with the rest of the drug lords based in the Emirate city. Raids and arrests occurred across Europe and in Dubai between November the 8th and November the 19th. Spanish police are calling the operation, coordinated by Europol as part of an international operation codenamed Desert Light, historic. The Spanish Civil Guard spokesman added, with this international effort by all the agencies involved, a firm message is being sent to criminal organisations in the sense that no place is safe for those who try to avoid justice. They stated, from Dubai, the leaders of this mega cartel controlled and directed the criminal activities of the different cells with the conviction that they were living in a sanctuary where they felt untouchable. The Civil Guard also said that through the suspects held as part of Operation Focus, the Spanish end of the Desert Light operation are considered high-value targets by Europol. It's not immediately clear how many British nationals were among the 49 people held. One of the detainees in Dubai is thought to be a South American who was supplying the cocaine. A spokesperson said he is allegedly responsible for the introduction of the drugs in the port to Manzanillo in Panama, who also has links with the rest of the drug barons in Dubai. The criminal organisation based in Spain had 2 different structures, the part tasked with the extraction of the drugs in maritime ports and the other responsible for laundering the money through real estate firms. The first part was situated between the provinces of Barcelona and Malaga and had a direct influence on the ports of Barcelona. It consisted of 2 Eastern Europeans, one of whom was a high-value target for Europol, and 3 people of Spanish origin, including a port worker at Barcelona who was responsible for the entry and exit of the vehicles. The other part was composed of people who were trusted by the main leader of the criminal organisation. It was based on the Costa del Sol, the nerve centre for its financial activities, where they had bought property valued at more than €24 million and laundered their drugs money. Dutch prosecutors said they would request the extradition of the suspects from the United Arab Emirates. One of the suspects was a 37-year-old man with dual Dutch and Moroccan nationality who was held for allegedly importing thousands of kilos of cocaine into the Netherlands back in 2020 and 2021. A Dutch official said these are serious criminal offences regarding international drug trafficking, mainly from South America via the ports of Antwerp and Rotterdam. The other man arrested was a 40-year-old Dutch Bosnian national. So Europol, they've released their own official statement and they said between 8th and the 19th of November, coordinated raids were carried out across Europe and the United Arab Emirates, targeting both the command and control centre and the logistical drugs trafficking infrastructure in Europe. A total of 49 suspects have been arrested during the course of this investigation. The drugs kingpins are considered as high-value targets by Europol, and they had come together to form what is known as the Super Cartel, which controlled around 1/3 of the cocaine trade in Europe. These arrests are the culmination of parallel investigations run in various countries across Europe and the UAE with the support of Europol into the activities of this prolific crime network involved in large-scale drugs trafficking and money laundering. The scale of cocaine importation into Europe under the suspects' control and command was massive, and over 30 tons of drugs were seized by law enforcement over the course of the investigation. They then went on to talk about which were the participating law enforcement authorities. So they said in Spain it was the Civil Guard, in France it was the National Police, you had Belgium, the Federal Judicial Police Brussels, in Netherlands you had the National Police, National Criminal Investigations Division and Police Unit Rotterdam, United Arab Emirates you had the Ministry of Interior, and in the United States you had the DEA. They also went on to say, in the framework of intelligence activities underway with its operational counterparts, Europol developed reliable intelligence concerning a drug trafficking cartel flooding Europe with cocaine. The main targets who used encrypted communications to organize the shipments were identified in the participating authorities. Europol has since then hosted multiple coordination meetings in the past 2 years in order to bring together the different countries working on the same targets to establish a joint strategy to bring down the whole network. And they said that there's more than 10 operational meetings that took place in this period. In addition, Europol said it has been provided continuous intelligence development and analysis to support the field investigators. During the action, Europol facilitated the real-time coordination among all the partners involved, ensuring swift, tactical decisions to adjust the strategy as required. They said Eurojust provided cross-border judicial support to the French and Belgian authorities regarding 7 arrests in both countries and organised 4 coordination meetings to prepare for these actions. They also said this coordination clampdown sent a strong message to criminals seeking sanctuary from law enforcement. Earlier in September, Europol and the Ministry of Interior of the United Arab Emirates took an important step in enhancing their cooperation. A liaison officer agreement was signed between the two, allowing UAE law enforcement liaison officers to be deployed to Europol's headquarters in the Netherlands. And a liaison officer from the Ministry of Interior of the UAE has already joined the network of more than 250 liaison officers from over 50 countries and organisations with a permanent representation at Europol. They said this unique approach to international police cooperation has positioned Europol as the place where crucial intelligence emerges with law enforcement from countries across the world working side by side to fight the most dangerous criminal networks. So guys, this is a story coming in where it's believed that the Super Cartel has been busted and taken down. As I said guys, check out that video that I released a couple of weeks back where I stated that it's not safe for kingpins in Dubai. Absolute madness. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real.